Last week, the Tulsa School Board voted to bring some students back to the classroom part-time. Who else could be added to that group tonight? Happening today, the search resumes for victims of the Tulsa race massacre, where crews will be searching. The man accused of shooting and killing an officer and injuring another will be in court today. What is expected to happen?
Covering news that matters. Fox 23 News This Morning starts right now.
Good morning. I'm Ron Terrell. Michelle is off today. It's 4:30. Last week, we found out younger students will return to the classroom in Tulsa. When we may learn about older students going back as well, and the city has had multiple searches for victims of the Tulsa race massacre. Why a new search could get more answers. First, meteorologist Megan McClellan is in the Fox 23 Severe Weather Center tracking a cool, misty morning.
Yeah, we had some of those rain showers rolling through this morning. A cloudy and cool day ahead.
Tulsa police are looking for a pair of suspects accused of breaking into an East Tulsa home and holding homeowners at gunpoint. Police responded to the call around 6 Sunday night at a home near 31st and 129th East Avenue. The victim says he answered the door and two armed suspects forced their way into the home, holding the man and his wife at gunpoint. The two suspects took the man's keys and wallet and stole his car. Turning to the coronavirus, we're taking a look at the latest numbers from across the state. The State Department of Health reported nearly 800 new cases yesterday. That brings the Oklahoma total to 107,000 since early March. There are 3 newly reported deaths. There are nearly 14,500 active cases statewide. That's a new high. Happening today, the Tulsa Public School Board is meeting this afternoon to talk about middle and high schools going back to the classroom. Fox 23 told you last week the board's plan for elementary students to return starting November 9th. Fox 23's Scott Martin is live with the next steps.
Yeah, Ron, well, as you know, a lot of talk about what to do, what not to do. I'm Scott Martin, Fox 23 News.
A local senior care provider has announced a new collaboration to fight and prevent COVID-19 in nursing homes. Tulsa-based Sunshine Care Partners is working with AMS on site. It's a group that helps nursing homes manage infection control programs. The new collaboration will use rapid result testing and analytics to stop outbreaks before they begin. Sunshine Care Partners CEO Rusty McMurray says they will also focus on helping patients deal with depression and loneliness.
There are a lot of individuals that haven't seen family for months. At Sunshine Care Partners, we visit with families and residents twice per month to address those issues of depression and isolation.
McMurray said the partnership is also expanding their workforce, and they expect to add 1,000 new jobs over the next 12 months. Happening today, in just 3 hours, crews are expected to start another search in Oak Lawn Cemetery for victims of the 1921 Tulsa race massacre. Back in July, we followed a week-long excavation. Crews did not find any evidence of human remains. Today, they will focus on 2 different areas in the cemetery. Fox 23's Amanda Gilbert is live at the site with the significance of where they're searching.
Well, Ron, we spoke with Scott Ellsworth. He's a historian with the Tulsa Race Massacre News.
We've told you about the Black Lives Matter street mural removed in Tulsa's Greenwood district. Now the phrase has reappeared, this time commissioned by a local artist group. For the last week, artists with the Black Moon Collective have been painting a new mural on this sound wall. Maggie and Kajir Yar with Green Arch and Hilly Foundation commissioned the artists to ensure the social justice message remained in the Greenwood district.
We did another Black Lives Matter mural on Greenwood. I don't know if we realized how big of an impact it was going to make on the city, but it definitely feels like we're making our mark.
Once completed, this is expected to be a permanent art installation. If you'd like to go see the mural, it's just past the train tracks on Greenwood Avenue right before Archer. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol is trying to get more information about a woman accused in a head-on crash that killed 4 people. This is 33-year-old Ashley Ricks. Troopers say she was driving the wrong way on I-40 near El Reno early Saturday morning and hit a car head-on. Everyone inside the car was killed. Troopers say Ricks is in critical condition at the hospital. Investigators are working to see if she was impaired at the time. There were several 911 calls saying she had been driving the wrong way for more than 10 miles. The pastor at a large Tulsa church condemned remarks made by their HR director toward a 1st District congressional candidate. Kojo Asimo Caesar is an Oklahoma teacher running for Congress in the 1st District. His campaign manager, Adam O'Connor, says they were saddened when they got a message online saying, in part, "How can I help Kojo move back to whatever country he came from?" O'Connor says the message came from John Brown, who was the HR director at Victory Church.
When teachable moments like this happen, for them to be put out in the sunlight for all to see, it doesn't reflect well of our community.
Victory Church's head pastor, Paul Doherty, says this does not represent the church as a whole, and he apologized to Kojo. Victory Church says they have released Mr. Brown from his role in the church. A local flood recovery group is in need of supplies after thieves stole a trailer filled with tools. The Oklahoma United Methodist Church disaster response had 4 trailers. The 4th one that was stolen was for the eastern part of the state. They say that one had about $10,000 worth of equipment in it. Every tool inside was donated after the 2013 Moore tornado.
The serial number for the tools, all that stuff was on the trailer, which seemed like a great idea, you know, keep everything together.
The recovery trailers are filled with generators, air compressors, tools, and tarps. McHugh says the trailer was at the Aldersgate Methodist Church. He says police have no leads. Everything needs to be replaced. If you'd like to help, the team created a GoFundMe page. Look for OKUMC Disaster Response Trailer Replacement. The Fox 23 Severe Weather Team is tracking a wet morning in Green Country. This video was taken around 2 this morning outside the station near 31st and Memorial. You can see all the wet roads and the wet parking lot out there. Meteorologist Megan McClellan is tracking the rain that continues to fall in parts of Green Country. It's a much cooler start this morning as well.
It is, and that's because of the cold and more rain chances on the way.
4:41 is the time, celebrating Halloween with underwater life, how you can trick or treat safely at the Oklahoma Aquarium.
I look forward to the day to see her again.
How friends and family came together to honor a little girl's memory. The man accused of killing a Tulsa police officer and injuring another will be in court today. What is expected to happen? Happening today, a man accused of shooting 2 Tulsa police officers will be back in court. We brought you live coverage last week when the surviving officer, Aresh Zarkashan, returned home after months recovering out of state. Fox 23's Amanda Harry is live with why the accused shooter will be in court today.
He'll be in court for his district court arraignment. That's supposed to happen just in a few hours later this morning. Amanda Harry, Fox 23 News.
Friends and family gathered to honor and remember a young girl from Collinsville taken too soon. Isabella Henderson was laid to rest Saturday morning. The city of Collinsville rallied behind the 10-year-old as she battled an aggressive stage 4 lung cancer. Family members say she was a prankster and a brave soul with a beautiful smile.
She was like the little sister that I never had. I never knew I needed.
Teammates, friends, family, and doctors all attended her funeral. Members of Oklahoma Task Force 1 are back in Green Country after helping with recovery efforts in Louisiana. The team responded to a record number of hurricanes this year, this time helping the community recover from Hurricane Delta. The task force leader said it's a part of an ongoing cycle of states helping each other during hardships.
And we had people come from all around to come help us. So for us, it's almost like we're giving back to those other states, you know, so it means a lot.
He says teams from Ohio and Florida also helped out. Before they went home Saturday night, they cleaned and prepped their vehicles in case they're called out again. Right now, 4:47, we are looking at some cooler temperatures and a little bit of mist out there. Meteorologist Megan McClellan is tracking all of it for us in the Fox 23 Severe Weather Center.
Yeah, the big thing is the rain that we have this morning, along with the cooler, at least mentally, and start preparing anything that you may need to around the house. Coming up in 10 minutes, I'm breaking down more about what I'm looking at with the rain this morning and what you can expect as you head out the door.
Right now, 4:49 is the time.
You can lose up to 2 million brain cells for every minute that the brain is without oxygen.
Strokes kill millions of Americans each year. The warning signs to look out for to save your life or someone else's.
That we will get back to our former glory, that we will be able to reestablish, rebuild, restore, just come back and bring the energy back.
A famous Tulsa church survived a dark day in the city's history. How they were able to celebrate a big anniversary. New this morning, for the first time, the Oklahoma Aquarium in Jenks is hosting 9 nights of indoor trick-or-treating for kids. We were there Sunday for its 3rd night. Kids and parents get to dress up inside the aquarium. The chief marketing officer says their safety is their biggest priority.
We're We're really excited because this is the first year that we've ever done 9 nights of trick-or-treating, and it's just a great way to get out into the community at a safe event and have fun on our indoor trick-or-treat trail.
She says masks are required for entry and all vendors are wearing gloves. There are even chutes where candy is delivered 6 feet away. The fun will continue at the aquarium for the next 2 weekends. A breast cancer survivor rallied a group of people to raise awareness for the disease. This is Lana Hodge and the group that she gathered for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer virtual walk. They walked around Centennial Park in Owasso Sunday to participate in the event, which was forced to go online due to COVID-19. She has some advice for anyone concerned about their health.
Listen to your body, get your mammogram. You can reduce your recurrence rate by 50% by walking 5 days a week for 30 minutes at a vigorous pace.
Fox 23 is a proud sponsor of the American Cancer Society's Making Strides Walk. Known as the grandmother of Greenwood, the historic Vernon AME Church is celebrating 115 years. The church was the only building to make it through the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. All other structures like homes, schools, and businesses were burned or bombed. Leaders say at that time, Vernon AME became especially important to the community.
There should have been buildings all the way down this street, a mile stretch to Pine, that should have been able to celebrate 115 years.
Pastor Robert Turner says this is the first birthday they've celebrated in a while. Turner says amidst all that's going on in the world, he wanted to show there's still something to celebrate and be grateful for. 4:55 is the time more Tulsa students could soon be returning to the classroom. The big decision happening this afternoon. As we mentioned, next year marks 100 years since the Tulsa Race Massacre. The city continues to search for mass graves. Where they're looking today to find any new clues.
And taking a live look at Fox 23 Doppler radar, I'm still tracking rain making its way across the area this morning. Who's seeing some of the heaviest showers right now and when they'll clear out? Coming up in 3 minutes.